2 pubs a day are disappearing in England and Wales. Now, I'm sure that wherever you live in the UK, you've noticed that there's less pubs than there used to be. We have still got 6 pubs in Long Melford. I think it's because they're all different and they all offer completely different things.
Yep. Drinkers, that's that clientele, but now it's about food. You go there for your food experience, and where it is, location obviously quite important.
Yeah.
But it's like those businesses that, they haven't diversified. If you go back a few years now, we had Blockbuster. Blockbuster was worldwide. You'd go and get your film from there. So why are we not all watching Blockbuster? They had the market, they had the brand.
Hi and welcome to Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. This podcast is specifically for business owners or wannabe business owners. Say you've got a side hustle or you've got a passion for something and you think it'd be absolutely amazing, or you see people that do amazing things with their passions and what they enjoy doing. Well, you can do that. So please subscribe. It always helps a little podcast like ours. Listen along for tips, tricks and advice. You will just need to add your passion and spark to help you build a successful business. And we hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Hi and welcome to Break Up Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. Now, this episode of the podcast, we decided to jump on and just have a quick chat about the news. So it's the 18th of September, and today the BBC News has put out a report and an article about 2 pubs a day are disappearing in England and Wales. Now, I'm sure that wherever you live in the UK, you've noticed that there's less pubs than there used to be, albeit in Long Melford, one's gone. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6?
One street, it's
6,
great alcoholics.
6 in a mile high street of Long Melford. But yeah, the general trend is why the pubs are closing, why the shops are closing. The biggest news at the moment is Wilko's closed.
Yeah, 2 pubs a day disappearing in England and Wales. I'm assuming because they've not caught fire, which is the BBC have used a picture of a burnt down pub.
Well, no, they say that one was because the Crooked House in the West Midlands, once dubbed the UK's wonkiest public house, was gutted in a fire but demolished without full permission.
So kind of not what we're really talking about, really. Don't go set fire to your pubs, that'd help.
Well, yeah, there is that. But the overall number of pubs in England and Wales, including those vacant being offered to let, fell to 39,404 at the end of June. So 386 pubs disappeared throughout the whole of 2022. So, having worked in my in the pub industry before, personally, I think it's because they've some pubs have diversified, or a lot of it comes down to marketing and having that choice. Now, we have still got 6 pubs in Long Melford. I think it's because they're all different and they all offer completely different things. Yep. Do you think?
Yeah, you've got the cheap side, and then the expensive side. If you want a nice meal, you have that different atmosphere.
And they have events on, and they're really good at pushing events. But I think that's why the high street nowadays comes down to experiences. So you can't just. It's a bit like why Wilko's going. Why is Wilko going? Well, at the end of the day, it will be because sales bad, or it might be some bad business decisions, but it's a transactional experience. So instead of going to Wilko and getting what I'm going to get, I can go on Amazon or online and get what I get for pretty much the same or similar price. There's certain shops, hairdressers, beauty therapists, that are now the high street's full of, but it's an experience. You can't get that online.
No.
So I think that personally, that what's going to survive the high street and what does well on a high street is things that you've got the full experience. So you need the customer service. And if it is a shop just selling stuff, for want of a better phrase, or a shop that just sells products, what other experience is that? Is it that they're selling products that you can't get on Amazon, or you have to buy online but there's a big delivery cost? Is it that you want to touch and feel the product and understand how it's made and see the quality of it? Or what else is it? And I think the shop and the experience of the shop needs to back that up. Otherwise, you can just go online and buy it, which is ultimately why the high street's died.
Yeah. I mean, I went to a pub that would have closed down, quite close to here. I don't know if I can mention names, but I walked in there. It was being bought by the community, so one of the ones that are closing from the brewery. The community picked it up and bought it,
Yeah.
and then obviously run it as part of that. They run it 3 days a week. So the experience was, I went to a pub. Wasn't my first choice. Went to a pub down the road. They went in there about 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Couldn't get a table. So I just want bar food. Can sit in the bar. Bar was empty. Table was free. I'm just going to eat. You know, it's got loads of eating area outside. I don't mind sitting outside. And was turned away. So they said they were full, but there's no way that. And I drove past there after I'd finished at the other pub, and it was empty still. So the experience itself on that occasion, yes, maybe I should have booked, but
It wasn't positive.
no. I mean,
It has left a bad taste.
it was
in your
basically
mouth.
the
Excuse
feel
the
I
pun.
got was that they wouldn't be able to handle it in the kitchen. Is what the impression I got from that. Yes, I went up the road, went to a community pub. They did say they normally get all the leftovers from the pub down the road because they're not the first thought of. I walked in there, the lady was lovely, she was joking around, the experience itself, she was helping the children, like, what do you want, what do you like, we'll go and make it, whatever you want. So that kind of like made her feel welcome. Yeah, I phoned them up and I said, I can get a table in. Yeah, we'll get you in somewhere, don't worry. It's just that different level of experience.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's the poorer cousin of the two pubs. But actually, when you think about it,
But once you've been there and you've had that experience, where are you going to? Where's your first choice next time?
one up the road.
Exactly.
I'm trying very careful not to say the
So-
names.
But it is. It's that if you've had a good experience in customer service, why else? I mean, it's obviously well aware there's a whole business model and profit margins, etc., etc. But we're kind of going back to the days of that. You want experience from people. Yes, it's down to money, and yes, you have to pay for good service and good employees. But I think people will pay it.
Yeah.
There's money out there.
And if you're a pub owner, don't forget. I know things get busy, and you know I appreciate that you're sometimes there's a downside of your own success. There's a word for that, isn't there?
Victim of your own success.
Victim of your own success. Yes, you're very busy, but I think the customer service then starts to fall down.
Yeah.
Is that I don't need customers because they're going to come to me anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, you know, if you're thinking like that or you're wondering what's happening, get a friend. Get a friend that the pub don't know. Pop in. Do like a mystery shopper experience.
Yeah.
Come out, get their true opinion of actually and honest what went wrong or what they did right and what they didn't. Because it's very careful. You're very careful who runs your front of house because that's that first impression when somebody walks in the door. Now, my front of house experience the other day was actually the manager. And it was the manager that let it down.
Yeah. But then I know managers and certain people that own the business, they'll be like, hands up, I'm not great at that.
No. And if you're not...
I've got the business idea, but I'm not good at that. I'm not good a people person.
Yeah.
Well, you just get the right person in to do it. It's like anything else. Don't like doing this, you outsource it. But it then goes back to the episode we've just brought out about shopping local. Well, if you're not supporting those shops need to, it's chicken and egg, isn't it? They've got to give you the good experiences and the confidence to go back. But if you're not got that, you won't go back. However, if you don't go back, the high street dies and you lose choice, you lose that experience, and the only thing you'll be able to do is go online. Well, if you're like me, I don't like looking online. I don't like to touch, see, feel products. I like to know what I'm buying. I've done it before at different fairs and different events. I've taken a card and later bought online, but it's because I've seen the product in the flesh first.
Yeah.
So it's kind of getting that package right, isn't it? And it's also not getting lazy with it. So like going back to being your victim of your own success, you can't be complacent about it. You need to be on to the next thing. So
Yes,
it's like Liam was saying, we've got Halloween coming up. So what are you doing for Halloween? How are you tying that in? Is it just that you're going to put pumpkins in the window? Or is it actually you can do a Halloween themed something that suits your product and service? Do you bring in specific Halloween decorations? So if you're a gift shop, do you bring in nice upmarket decorations? Whatever it might be, just to try and keep it fresh, keep it changed, keep that repeat customer experience so people come back time and time again. Now, I argue we don't have a Wilko here. We have
QD. Oh,
In my head, they're
Roy's
similar.
is kind of similar, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you've never been
But
in the
those...
Wilko.
Yeah. I have been in the Wilko.
I wouldn't dare say foot in the place.
I've been in a Wilko because there's one in Bury.
You fell into one.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, no, what's this? Oh,
You're making out like I'm really posh.
sorry, shops
really
at Waitrose.
not. It's only because I disagree with Tesco's. But it's that, and we can go talk about your customer experience of Waitrose.
I want my receipt folded, please.
I found out yesterday because I had my Waitrose delivery at home.
I'd rather Sheila sling my food at me at Aldi's. I'd rather that. They don't do that anymore, do they?
No.
I went in there the other day. They got self-service deals now.
Well, there you
So
go.
you can sling the food
you
yourself. Yeah. And now I'm telling you, you can't pack there. You have to pack over there. I could just do it myself.
But
anyway, go on.
Waitrose substitutes are normally pretty good. You don't get we haven't got lemon, so we've sent you lemon bleach. I found out apparently Tesco's delivery drivers used to have a whiteboard for the best / worst substitutions of the week because some of them were so horrendous. So yeah, just to give you a slight, I mean, I could go on for about Tesco's for years, but it's that shop experience, isn't it? So Wilko's a very transactional experience.
Yeah.
You don't go in to talk to someone about the plastic party cutlery you're buying for your kids' party or the paper plates.
No, but if I went in there, someone would do that in the queue in front of me, though.
Yeah, probably. But you go in for a specific product and out again, which is why, actually I don't need to make the effort to go into Bury to buy my paper plates and plastic forks and everything because I've got a party next weekend. I could just sit at 9 o'clock last night, another reason why I get my food delivered. I can sit at 9 o'clock last night, I'll just add all that to Amazon and it'll come tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
So you're saving on fuel.
Yeah.
So to push someone out of their house and off their phone, it needs to be that full experience and that full, make it an enjoyable shop.
Yeah.
I love the idea, and I wish someone would open one in Sudbury of if anyone remembers the Honeybee down Jail Lane. It was a cafe, but it was a child-friendly cafe, so there was an area. And I think we mentioned this because it was Philippa Gunn that owned it. I think we mentioned it in her podcast. But it had a kid toys out. It had a breastfeeding room. You weren't in there just to get a coffee. It was very, very children friendly or baby and toddler specific. So I think now to have that, but on top of that, the shop element is I'm pregnant. I don't know what to buy. Oh, well, you could buy this pushchair. You could do that. Yeah. So it's what are they called, like wedding list, baby list services. Yep. So it's that extension of, yes, you're helping them, but you're advising them. You might have samples in there. So you're still ordering from them online. They might not have everything in the shop because to start a business, you need money for the stock. You might not have that. So it's a way around that as well. Mm-hmm. So it's another business idea. If anyone wants to open that in Sudbury, give me a shout. I'll help you do it because I think it's a cracking idea. Same as a sports shop. Sudbury needs a sports shop. We used to have Sudbury Sports. It was an independent, it's gone. We then had Sports Direct. So, I mean, Sports Direct business model and the stories you hear is mental at the best of times, but Sports Direct in Sudbury will not have done as well as a bit like when we had an M&S food hall. When you look, a bit like when I worked in the pub industry, you'll look biggest profit margin and sales to lowest. Who you're going to cut off the lowest? Sports Direct in Sudbury would have been one of the lowest. Right, we close it then. Probably had quite a high theft rate as well. So that erodes into their product margin. So you're then, actually, if you had an independent sports shop, there is enough people around here, and I was talking about it on another podcast about personal trainers. We must have 100 personal trainers. And that's just going to the gym. That is just simple gym stuff. But if you have a specialist, so they do for trainers, they do the gait analysis. You can go in, you can try trainers on a treadmill. You can, it's that extra bit of service. Again, if anyone wants to open a sports shop, give me a shout. More than happy to.
But it's those touchy-feely things, like ordering footwear and ordering trainers and ordering sportswear. You kind of want to go see it. So the nearest place you can end up is probably Freeport, I'd say. for that kind of stuff. If you wanted
I
to
don't
go,
think anyone does gate analysis in
we do.
Freeport.
Yeah. Oh no, Axis did, but they've gone to
There you go.
yeah.
ASICs.
Yeah,
Not Axis.
yeah. So, kind of what we're going down the road of is that the 2 pubs today closing, customer service.
It's experience in a pub
Yeah.
as well. You don't get people rolling in at 5 p.m. for a few pints after work. It's that experience of why have you gone out to catch it, and your marketing does that. People like in Melford, bingo's really popular. A quiz night is really, really popular. It's certain events.
Well, you love a bit of bingo, don't you?
Yeah, I love a bit of bingo.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any bingo, just drop Farley a message.
Yeah, and Nisha will come.
But yeah, it's like that diversified, isn't it? Like I say, you can't smoke in a pub anymore. That has obviously a massive effect on drinkers. That's that clientele. But now it's about food. You go there for your food experience, and obviously where it is, location obviously quite important.
Yeah.
But it's like those businesses that they haven't diversified. If you go back a few years now, we had Blockbuster. Blockbuster was worldwide.
Oh.
Wasn't it? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Go and get your film. You get there and it ain't there. Livid.
Yeah.
But you'd go and get your film from there. So obviously we've moved on to streaming services. Why is Netflix here? Where did Netflix come from? Where did Love Film come from?
They used to send the films out in the post, though.
I know. Yeah, Love Film. Remember that. But why are we not all watching Blockbuster? They had the market. They had the brand. What happened?
Yeah. They do give Netflix a bit of taking the mickey out of them.
Don't know.
On Twitter. X. Not Twitter, X.
No. So you have lost Game now. Game have all disappeared.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, the computer stores.
Yeah, fair.
They've all gone.
Online. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think it's if you're a business and you're struggling or you're not sure what to do, it's getting, like you say, that model right. Who's your demographic? What you're going to do? Events, keeping up with the current trends, the experiences, and like you said, all that touchy-feely stuff, rather than being it transactional. Because if I want transactional and I just want to buy on price, I'll go online.
Mm-hmm. And don't get... what did the customer say to us the other day? You gave me after coming in for a chat with you, you gave her like a bit of a boost to get excited about her business again.
Yes.
And if you are feeling like that, you're feeling like, it's just day in, day out, day in, day out.
Yeah,
hopefully this might give you a bit of a boost, bit of an idea.
We reminded her of that passion and drive, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because she was a bit going around. And you do, if it's your own business as well, you sort of sit there and you go around in circles, and there's nothing worse than reading negativity about your business as well. It just floats you. So it's just opening up and talking to someone about that mindset. So if you do feel like that, give us a shout, and we can definitely help. But on the same, let us know what you think about us randomly talking about the news and what's going on. Obviously business related, and if there's anything that you think we should talk about, give us a tag in it, let us know, and we'll have a review. And it would be lovely to hear from people, that just to hear how your business is going, what's working, what's not, is the you found experiences worked. So have a tag. If you know of someone, tag them in and share this podcast with them, and let us know what you think. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode. We really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please share with a friend who you think needs a bit of help with starting a business, or even their small business which they've already got going. Please like and subscribe to our podcast, which always helps a small business or small podcast like us. And check the show notes. We all have everything in there relating to the episode which you might need, might want to read, and links to anyone we've interviewed and certain subjects we've spoken about. And thanks for listening.